All right. So basically,
Where are we at right now? That's the road going to it, or?
yes. But hold on a second. Let me do this. So here we go.
Okay.
So this is the map here.
Uh-huh.
And Scroopville is, right here in Mousetrap and stuff. So you can see that there's a switchback road that goes up this way. So it's like it's up on like a little mountain or something.
Yeah.
And there's another road that goes this way into this area in the other hex. Here's the front
That's
line.
not your hex.
No, my hex is this hex.
Yeah.
So there's only really two ways to get in here, and they're kind of arduous. And because the Scroopyard is all the way down here, it's not viable by road access. You can see. So so let's just let me F8 again here. So let me just go up this road, and then so this is Fort Orange Chicken. Actually, let me get rid of the F8s here. So Fort Orange Chicken, and that's because the town itself, all the infrastructure and the rail lines and all that stuff was for the most part built and designed by Rick Awesome.
Okay.
I helped him with some ideas on the Scroopyard side, but other than that, it's been practically him.
Oh.
And Panda developed all the defenses. Like he laid down all the ropes. We helped dig and helped basic material it to get to tier 2, and Techno concreted a good section of it, but I concreted like another good section of it. So anyway, this is his fort, because you build everything around a bunker base.
Right.
That's when you get to the certain point, because we're not there yet. But we need 12 more command modifications to make it a deployment point, a spawn point. You can spawn into it. So I named this Fort Orange Chicken because Panda, he made Panda Express jokes. So, but yeah, this is a rifle garrison. This is anti-tank, and there are machine gun emplacements somewhere, but those aren't really that used that much because they only have like a cone of fire in front of them.
Okay, yeah.
With the rifle garrisons, you can see they have 360-degree view.
Oh, okay.
So, because you can see the little holes, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'll actually drive into here to show you the rest of Fort Orange Chicken, because you can't really see on the map. You don't have it marked because you see these dark gray areas.
Yeah.
Those are like straight up like mountains, cliffs, and everything, but you can't see it that well. This entire area right here is all mountains and cliffs, but it's not on the map for some reason. And all of this is all mountains and cliffs.
Oh wow!
So on the map, it doesn't show it, but in the world,
you got a lot of protection just by the terrain.
Yes, I do. So this is the back end of Fort Orange Chicken here, and you can see we have barbed wire and then rifle and anti-tank and everything. You see this mountain right here?
Where?
Right here. This cliff.
Oh yeah, okay.
Right there. Okay. Right now I am right here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's my where I'm at.
Okay.
Okay, but you don't see the cliff on the mountain.
No.
So, so if any enemies have any intel somehow, they don't know that this is a cliff. There is no way to come in this way.
Right.
And sneak in. And this is an observation post actually. So if I go over here, I can show you. I can get in this really quick. Can I? Actually, I don't think I can. Let me see if this works.
So are those more cliffs behind it there? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and those are like right up here and everything. So you can't really bypass us. So I can't get in that command or that observation post, but I can go in another one for a full aerial view of the base. But anyway, let's get into the town proper. So this is that's Fort Orange Chicken,
Right.
and I don't like how this is open. Well, because it's open.
Yeah, but aren't you protected by mountains on each side?
Not here.
Oh.
This is just open and it goes right out. But we do have Malarkey built a bunch of these pillboxes here. And see right here, that's a machine gun. You see how it just shoot right there.
Yeah.
That's its cone of fire.
That's all it can do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now there are ways to suppress these things. So if you somehow suppress it and then get behind it, you can blow it up from behind.
Oh wow.
However, this one here is a rifle, and you can see that there's slots all the way around it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that has a 360-degree forward fire, and this other one here is anti-tank. This hard shell one.
Yeah.
So, Now let's go into the town proper here. We have more defenses. Welcome to Scroopville. Oh. So we pop in here. Directly on our left is Fort Reclaim. This bunker core and the observation post is actually what was one of the things that was here when we came here. It was all abandoned and decaying and everything.
Yeah.
So I think this bunker core and that observation post is the only thing from the previous tenants that is still here.
Wow.
Everything else has either like rotted away or we removed it. Or
Right.
I think maybe some of the small gauge rail lines are still here. I'm not sure from there, but yeah. But yeah, so that's why this is called Fort Reclaim. It's a fort and we reclaimed it.
Yeah.
So so let's see here. Let me get over here. I'll just show you our defenses on this side. And this was a research box. This is back when we were still technologying everything, because we've unlocked everything now, including the nuke.
Okay. Oh, geez, really?
Yeah. So there's no more things to research, but in earlier parts of the game, you scroop and you get copper/iron, because like it switches halfway through the map. You either start a game with copper or iron, and then you get to a certain level of technology and it switches to the other one. So copper/iron, and then aluminum. So you dump them into here. It's on the roadside. People can come by. I have a sign there, and they can just grab it. We have a full train loop around the town inside the defenses, of course. So you just see like all of these concrete structures and everything. Here's all this. Now let's go into the actual town here. So that is a salvage mine. That's it's Scroop, but as long as you keep it fueled, because when the game starts, they're all damaged, so you have to repair them, and then you fuel them, and then it just produces salvage constantly, up to 5,000. And this is a sulfur mine right here. You can see all the yellow sulfur being pumped. Now this facility was built by HCNS to be storage for sulfur, because they were taking advantage of this mine, and they're shadow scrooping, as they like to say, a term I coined, and it's just taken off. Same with Scruck, Scroop Truck.
Yeah.
But there's a blast furnace here that I utilize as well for interim storage. As soon as I can, here we go. Like I dump rares into here, and then I move them to SFU, and they have a blast furnace over there, and I dump them over there. Whenever I have time to move things, and then I hand them off to rare bankers and all that stuff. But this whole facility is all designed just to take advantage of the sulfur mine for storage. They're not actually making anything. And this is the Super Duper Scooper Troopers headquarters right here. And you can see we still have concrete left over from when I was concreting. So in case we ever decide to build more defenses, we have concrete there. And we have a pallet of sandbags and a pallet of barbed wire. And these cranes, because we can squad lock them so that way only people within a selected squad are able to access these power switches, so they're off. Once they're turned on, that feeds into this crane. This crane here is holding our locomotive, and this other crane is holding my Odyssey, which is it's like a Jeep, but like one of these Jeeps, but covered. And these are colonial vehicles. We took them from partisans. They're enemies who came in to our area to try to screw shit up, but we screwed them up and took their vehicles. So, but yeah, you can't really see it that well, and that's by design, because we hide them in here so people don't think of... Because people do come in and they see a locomotive, they get jealous, and they destroy the crane that destroys the locomotive just to make sure that somebody else doesn't have it. Just to be assholes.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, people are dicks, And then they're like, oh, well, this is just a game, bro. Fuck you, So anyway, over here we have a mortar house. It's a house and there's a mortar emplacement on it. So, that's defenses and everything. And this all started right here. This sign, A.O. Xander's Scroop Shed by Malarkey. 10 days ago. We've only been here for 10 days.
Wow,
Holy crap.
like longer than that.
I know, it's felt like that too. So that's my Scroop Shed. This is a concrete mixer I made and brought down here to make concrete on the site while I was still, concreting defenses and everything. And Panda here put down private parking, HCNS SDST AO Scroopter. He used my Discord username. So let's, over here we have the town base, aka the town hall. So I have a sign right here. Scroopville Town Hall, Mayor A.O. Zander. So, and we have all sorts of trucks. There's an ambulance. There's a fire truck. We have 2, dune transports. Those are normal cloth back logistics trucks. We have flatbeds. We have a half track logistics truck, a dump truck, and a liquid truck. And this tank here is for water. You can actually color code them. Like you can change their colors.
Well, let's do that.
So that way we know what's in them.
Oh, okay.
Like usually blue means petrol, orange means diesel. I don't know what the exact color things are, but what you can store in the containers, you can.
Okay.
There's water, diesel, heavy oil, enriched oil, normal oil, and petrol. So those are all different things that you can store in these tanks. So that's for water for the fire trucks and everything. This is just a whatever building, and this is another bunker base right here. Now let me go over here, because I'll show you. Actually, there's no way out. Holy shit! I have to go around. Pardon me. And get on the tracks here just to show you. Because like the train entrance, unfortunately, does not have a gate yet, but we'll get to there. Yeah, see the pillbox is right here.
Oh yeah.
So that way, if anybody somehow gets through here and gets past, and here's the machine gun emplacement. So you can see right there, boom, that's its rate of fire. If you somehow get to where I'm at, you'll be safe.
Yeah.
But there's another machine gun there, so you're not safe. So, one second.
You don't have the manpower to man these, is the problem.
Well, no, it's all AI.
Oh, okay.
One moment, Howie. I'm giving my dad a tour of the whole area, so give me a minute, please. Yeah, so these are defenses and everything, and this is the train. You can come in either way to take advantage of the whole loop. And let me show you the map again. The tracks used to go all the way down here, as you can see by the black line.
Yeah.
And they're disconnected because the war came here. But just in the nick of time, Malarkey came in and built this line here.
Oh.
So instead of going all the way down and around and all that stuff, we cut the trip from here to here essentially in half, if not less.
Geez.
You can see the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if we didn't have this, we couldn't do anything with this area anymore because all this track is gone.
Right.
So let's move on down here to the train yard.
I assume that the train track was blown up by colonials?
Either that or just rotted from not use. Because
Oh.
nobody's running trains when there's a war, right on your doorstep. You can't really run a train because it could get shot by a tank and die. So you don't really want to do that. Okay, so I'm going to go around because the train was blocking me, but here's the train yard. This is a foundation. We're gonna build another stationary crane here eventually to store the second locomotive. Right now it's being stored on the ground back at SFU, because I showed you our other two cranes. One held the loco, the other held my personal car.
Yeah.
Now this is the smaller train. This is the one we actually got from Grumach. He had a 9-car train and it had fuel tanks, and I've since redistributed the fuel tanks in various places and whatnot. But we just need one more flatbed car, and then we'll have 2 trains of exact equal.
Oh.
They'll both have coal cars, 10 flatbeds, and a caboose. Now, usually you want the caboose at the end, but the caboose in the middle is actually very good because then you can. Here, I'll show you specifically. If there's a partisan coming after you and he's running down one side of the train and you're running down the other, you can do this. Boom! Now I'm over here.
Oh.
So instead of running all the way to the end, I can just press Q, press Z, press Q again, and now I'm on the other side. So it's really quick. And this is going to be storage, for any containers that we're not using. So like right now, you see that we have a train full of scroop ready to go.
Right.
Howie's taking the train actually right now to wherever he's going to take it to, either SFU or Brodytown. Both places need it. This is a sky crane, primary crane to unload our trains. This is our storage area for tanks. We have 10 tanks because we need to ship fuel in. So that's our only import is petrol, the fuel things, and our export is in order of importance: scroop, maintenance supplies and construction materials. So like when we come here with fuel, we unload into this, and this is where we take all of the screw. And I'm kind of showing you in layers.
Yeah.
It'll all make sense when it's all said and done. So like this is where we take the screw and load it onto the train.
Okay.
And this is piped in down here, but I'll go down here in a minute. I just want to show you our truck loading area. All of these trucks are loaded with maintenance supplies. So that's a lot of trucks.
Wow.
Actually, there's 11 of there because
Those all had to be built.
Yeah. Well, we didn't build them all. I built a couple, stole a couple, and other people built them and brought them.
Right.
Like they just. By this point in the war, you can't keep track of things like this.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. But this truck here, that's a colonial truck. My right-hand man, Sweek, just magicked himself into Scroopville here driving that. And I'm like, okay, where do you get that? That's cool. But we don't have the facility to store it properly, securely here yet. So I actually filled it up with MSUPs, and we're going to take it to the SFU facility for them to store it for the time being until we can make yet another crane to store that. So that's later on down the line. But anyway, you can see these small gauge rails here. Those are to transport the screw from the yard to these resource transfer stations. Yeah. Now, as you can see, there's 4 of these here.
Yeah.
There's 3 of them down on the screw yard side. Each one of these holds 15,000.
Wow.
So there's a total of 60,000 screw right here. Yes.
Jeez.
And now, so you load up the fuel into this one, it goes down the pipe, it loads into this one, and it continues going down the pipe, and these are actually acting as storage. So like we can hold multiple train loads if we want of fuel at any given time. This is one of the extra fuel containers from when we got the second train. I'm using it as a backup, superfluous backup actually, because every now and then I find random jerry cans of diesel.
Yeah.
And they're not full, so you can't put a non-full can of diesel, or not full jerry can of diesel into a liquid container. You gotta dump it into something. So I've been slowly dumping diesel into this and that other power plant. Both this and that other power plant have an additional backup of petrol. Well, this one is actually empty. But so that way, if the base runs out of petrol, we can run off of diesel. If that runs out, we have a secondary backup. And I would like a third backup of diesel just in case. Now this boxcar small gauge is to transport the MSUPs and CMATs from the scroopyard side where the factories are at over to these resource transfer stations, and I'll actually show you real quick. Because it's not just what it holds in the stockpile. So you can see 15K, screw salvage, right. But then there's 15 slots in the inventory. Now I haven't fully filled that up yet, but these right 2 here, yeah. I have. Oh, somebody's taken some, but I usually have full of MSUPs, and these left 2 here I have full of CMATs. So you can see this one is full of CMATs. And this diesel is actually to fill the generator, because you need there's generator rooms periodically in the defenses to fuel the lights emplacements, because at nighttime you can't see that far. With the lights, the AI defenses can see farther, and partisans can't come in and sneak in and destroy them from out of their range, out of their view. So we still have to build that up and all that stuff. But yeah, so anyway, the piping comes down here, it feeds into this power plant. And then it continues on down here, and it feeds into this for storage. Oh, it looks like they have this as a secondary storage just for because this is used to fuel this liquid container, and that's for petrol to fuel the Scrucks.
Okay.
So, but the line also continues on down here, and there is a silo here, and it feeds into the stationary harvesters.
Good Lord.
So,
quite the facility.
Oh yeah, well no, this is a small one.
Wow.
Like as far as operations, like
Yeah.
we're not doing too much. And these, as I said, 3 RTSs, resource transfer containers or resource transfer stations. I also have resource containers, as I like to call bins. Each one of them holds 5.
Okay.
So we have 3, 5, 15, 60,000 to match the 60,000. So there's There's 120,000 scroop between these two alone.
Wow.
Yeah. And so here's our material factories. This is where we make the material, the maintenance supplies and the construction materials to export and everything. And here is Fort Scroop, another bunker base right here. So Fort Scroop. And can't really tell that well, but like these pentagons, those are defenses. So it goes all the way up.
What are now?
The pentagons are defenses.
Okay.
So it goes all the way up. And remember I told you there's a mountain right here?
Yeah.
It's not on the map, but like it literally skirts right on the edge of the mountain. So it goes all the way up and it connects, and then so we're not nigh impenetrable, but like we're a pretty decent speed bump, if anything. So, but yeah, so like let me take us around and outside, and then that'll be the full tour as far as I'm aware of. So that way you can see like all the defenses and everything. So let's go around this way. Yeah, I'll just ride the rails so that way you can see. There's a machine gun, anti-tank, rifle garrisons. There's a train. I wonder if I can sneak by. I don't think I can. So I'm going to go around this way. I'm going to move this truck here. So yeah, like this is the old rail here.
Yeah.
But like, you know, we have barbed wire on the outside, sandbags on the inside, so that way if the enemy somehow does get here and it like when it comes to barbed wire, like you see how slow I am here? Like when I get into it?
How what you are?
How slow.
Oh yeah.
So like it slows you down because it's barbed wire.
Oh yeah, I see.
So
okay.
like if they do somehow get in the trench, the sandbags they can't climb over them, then they're trapped.
Ah.
Then it's just a turkey shoot. But yeah, all these defenses, it goes all the way down. Oh yeah, there's an observation post right there. But yeah, they go all the way down. There's remnant of the old track.
Oh, that's the old track. Okay.
Yeah. And there's Fort Scroop.
Wow.
We're on the other side of these walls now.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and because we had mines here, but I believe we had artisans and they cleared the mines. Because you can use a wrench to clear the mines. But see right here, you can climb up these rocks.
Right.
And if you're smart about it, like, you see, boom? If we didn't have these pillboxes right here, they could just come in and now they're in.
Yeah.
So we have defenses. We have more pillboxes down there. There's the shadow of the watchtower right here. And like you can see this watchtower, this diamond.
Yeah.
You see the slight outline of a circle.
Yeah.
That's what it can see.
Oh,
so if
okay.
any enemies come within these circles, now granted there are dead zones and especially along the borders because you know if there's a rapid decay zone. So if you build anything like within this area, like all along the border, it decays fast and there's nothing you can do about it because they don't want people to building like right on the border.
Right.
To prevent people from coming in and having a chance.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like you can see, we have a lot of things covered here.
Yeah, do you ever?
Yeah, and you can see like the rest, like all of this used to be built. Like the war, literally, the front line was right here.
Whoa.
Like you see the thin line right here. Like these are the different sections inside the actual hex. The Collies had this. I think they had Dryerstown. So like everything south of here was theirs.
Wow.
And they blew everything up. So that's why all you see are the watchtowers because we're slowly building everything back up and they've turned.
So you pushed them back out.
Is that your phone?
I don't know.
All right. But yeah, that's the tour.
Okay.